Well, hello, this is Lance. Today we're having a look at this. This is the DockCase. It's a mini SSD enclosure. It has a few tricks up its sleeve though. So we are going to examine those tricks. But first, of course, we have to do the obligatory unboxing. Let's get all the cutting tool. And first of all, we're obviously using this in conjunction with an SSD. Today I'm using this WD Black Western Digital. It's a 2 terabyte and it is in the 2230 format. So it's the very small SSDs, type of SSD that you would use in your Steam Deck to upgrade it or your handheld. And evidently either my knife is excessively blunt or this thing is very strong. Probably my knife is blunt. You have a severe sized box with a very small SSD in it. I think for now I'm going to leave that in the plastic. Let's have a look at this DockCase enclosure. I recently reviewed their actual dock, the USB-C dock, which also had the same sort of aesthetic. Let's see what we got here. We got the dock itself. Got ourselves a very short 10 gigabit USB-C cable. Quite a nice looking cable actually. Let's see it there. Yeah, focus. There we go. And we have a little screwdriver and a lanyard. Okay, all good. And of course a manual. And that's it. Not a lot to it. Let's just open this dock and you can see it's very cute, very small. Let's do a little bit of a peel here. Very unexciting. So on the one side it's got your USB-C connector and then on the other side just the logo. Looks like a little function switch to switch between the functions. This, like the dock itself, has information that it displays on here, which we'll have a look at now. Okay, so let's put this here SSD into the little enclosure. Single screw, bit of heat dissipation materials here, and there's the little battery. One of the tricks that this actually has is that it's got a 3-second power off protection. So if you have a power failure or you forget that it's attached or you're busy writing or whatever the case is, busy writing to the disk that is, whatever the case may be, and you have a power failure, this thing will actually detect that and stop writing within that 3 seconds safely and then obviously disconnect. So you've got a little bit of protection there while you're busy writing and reading from this device. So let's, I've got a little 2 terabyte, supposed read speeds of, let's see, 5,150 megabytes a second. Whether our connection will get that is another story. We'll test that now. Let's take that out. Probably should have thought about this before I took the SSD out of its enclosure, out of its packaging. Put that back in there. Right. All good. And one screw and we should be good for some testing. There you go. There we go. Okay, I think before I actually start testing speeds and that, I have heard that these mini drives are inclined to get very hot. So I just want to get an ambient temperature, which you can see above there. we've got a good 30, 35 degrees. No, 29. Okay, so let's call it 29.6 degrees. As you can see, we've got some readings here. We've got a battery which seems to be charging pretty rapidly. And it tells you what SSD you've got inside, the life of the SSD, and of course your transfer speeds at the time. Okay, double tapping changes the orientation of your little SSD. You can see that up there. It's now showing to the right. And of course to the left. And back around. Let's do some testing and then get some temperatures. So we've got an average of pretty much the same as the Blackmagic. The Blackmagic software said of 900 write, sorry. And we'll see what the read is. Generally the read and write should be, generally the read should be better than the write, but let's see what this says. But if you're on the go and you've got a mini, nothing more than this little SSD thrown into your backpack, and you want to do some video editing, these speeds are quite sufficient for that type of thing, right up to 4K, I'm sure. I know I wouldn't have any problems using this. However, this is getting very hot. In fact, let me see what sort of temperatures we're up to already. We're up to 40.7, 40.8, 41. And I'm sort of using the center of the drive here, 42, and it's still climbing. So let's see. Okay, so we got only a 899 megabytes per second read. That's not great. I think let's try the Blackmagic software. This is getting slightly more on the right, 1000. But the read seems to be very similar. So, a little disappointing, but this could be degradation due to the heat, because this thing is starting to feel very, very hot. Come on, there, 44, 44.5, and the heat's still climbing. I think we'll just leave this disk speed test running for a little bit to see exactly what sort of temperatures we're getting here. See, I've been thinking a million things I want to say. Now I'm looking in your eyes, but I'm wandering to your lips. See, I'm trying to keep it cool while I'm hovering for the kiss. 'Cause I've been needing you like old-fashioned orange slice, sweet like daiquiri with straw. And we're back after a fairly lengthy test. So, what are the results of that test? Well, basically, it seems to slow down as far as temperature goes, around 60 degrees, and the read and write speed seems to remain constant at about 900 read and about 800 write, which is sufficient for what you need. I mean, let's bear in mind the size of this thing, so heat is always going to be an issue. And I mean, 60 degrees, even though I couldn't pick it up because it was really hot, I don't see too much of a problem with that. Again, size. You don't have active cooling in this. You don't have anything that can cool it down, unless you want to take a little USB fan and place this on top of a USB fan, which I actually have done, and it does work. But I wouldn't do that. For what you want on this type of thing, this is great. It does have a lot of little cute features. Obviously, the display is one of them. It is firmware upgradable, which I'm about to try. But they actually say in the booklet that you need to go to their site, DockCase.com/firmware-upgrade. When you do go there, it says to email us. Okay. Could have put that in the book. Anyway, maybe they're planning to put on a proper firmware download page at a later stage, and this is just a placeholder. Who knows? But I'm going to email them and see if there's any firmware update for its bigger brother, the dock that I carry around with me all over the place, and now my little SSD. It's 2 terabytes and it's perfect for on-the-go editing and just basically storage. The nice feature about it, obviously, is that 3-second protection against mishaps as far as power goes, or unplugging, or, you know, I've done it before, I'm sure many of you have, where you unplug something by mistake before you realize that you're still writing to it. At least this will shut down safely. And if your power does go out on the device that you got it plugged into, you have a power failure at home and it's plugged into your PC or whatever the case is, at least you do still have that safety net, which is a very nice little safety net, and something that a lot of these mini SSD enclosures are starting to have these days. I've seen a number of them on Amazon which do have the same feature, which is nice. And of course, pricing. I managed to buy a 2 terabyte WD Black. That cost me €145.90, so 150 euros. The enclosure itself is selling on Amazon for 69 euros, 68.99 if you want to be exact. So definitely not on the cheap side as far as an NVMe enclosure is. There are many cheaper ones, but none of them have these sort of features and these, I suppose, the gimmicks. This is definitely a niche product for somebody that, like myself, likes the aesthetic of these types of devices. We have a little display which I might use, I might never use. Would I recommend an average person buy this that isn't a bit of a geek? No, not really. It's not worth it. Not the price. You can get something a lot cheaper than this, but it is nice. It is compact and it is fast. And 2 terabytes is more than enough for most on-the-go type things, at least for me. I hope you enjoyed this review / look / test of the DockCase Mini Smart M.2 enclosure. If you did, please like, subscribe, all those lovely YouTuber things. Obviously, I'll leave affiliate links down below for all of this types of all these things. This and the drive inside of it down below. If you do click on those, they do support the channel. Thank you very much. And I will catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.